college student is shot execution-style in the early morning hours. Jody LeCornu and her twin sister, Jenny, were inseparable growing up. The pair shared a bedroom, shared the same group of friends, and had similar interests in the same activities. Jody was described by her sister as being the strong twin, who always had a big smile on her face. Overall, Jody is described by family members and friends as someone who had a true heart of gold and was always trying to help those in need around her. At the time of her death, Jody was a 23-year-old student at Towson University in Maryland who was studying geriatrics and had recently started a part-time job at the Eastern Savings Bank in the area as a receptionist. The evening of March 1, 1996, began like any other day for Jody. She attended her normal shift at the Eastern Savings Bank before visiting the Mount Washington Tavern, where she planned to have a drink with a group of friends to wind down her evening. Jody remained at the tavern until closing time, which was around 2 a.m. on the morning of March 2, 1996. After the last call at the tavern, an employee of the bar asked Jody for a ride home, to which she happily obliged. After she drove him home to the Roland Park area of Baltimore, Jody drove out to a nearby ATM to withdraw some money, before stopping at the Curb Shop bar to buy some beers. By 3 a.m., Jody had left the shop and had traveled to a parking lot at the Drumcastle Shopping Center, where she had parked to make some phone calls. During this time, Jody had placed a call to the Mount Washington Tavern, where she tried to talk with the manager of the bar, who declined to talk, before calling a former roommate's boyfriend. The content of this conversation is unknown. As she sat in that parking lot making phone calls, a white BMW pulled into a nearby parking spot, who remains unidentified, exited the car and approached Jody. Jody and the unidentified man share a short exchange before he returns to his vehicle, but it is unknown whether they knew each other. Shortly after, sometime around 3:40 a.m., the man in the white BMW fired a shot throughout the back left passenger window of Jody's car, hitting her in the back. Jody tried to quickly drive out of the parking lot in an attempt to save her life, though she had only made it out of the parking lot before she was stopped by a curb and succumbed to her wound. An individual making deliveries at a nearby business witnessed the entire attack. As he called police, the eyewitness watched as Jody's car rolled out of the parking lot and informed police that the white BMW had followed behind Jody's car before the suspect fled the scene. According to the eyewitness, he reached into Jody's car, put it in park, and took something from inside of the car. By the time police arrived on the scene, Jody had succumbed to her injuries. Where the case stands today, Jody's sister, Jenny, has remained persistent in her attempts to find her sister's killer and continues to seek justice, as she has for the past 26 years. Recently, Jenny has been able to raise enough money to erect 3 billboards in the area where Jody was killed, with hopes of generating tips. According to the eyewitness, the suspect drove a white BMW and fled southbound on York Road. The suspect is described as a black male with a stocky build, who was wearing a green-colored army or camouflage-style coat. According to police, there is currently a $100,000 reward being offered for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the individuals responsible for Jody's death. If you have any information, please contact Metro Crime Stoppers of Maryland at 866-756-2587.